end of the Cretaceous period, hundreds of giant prehistoric creatures roamed across the lands of our blue planet. Armored dinosaurs fought to defend themselves against fierce two-legged predators. Flying reptiles soared through the skies, while massive marine animals ruled the estuaries and oceans of the earth. But why are the giant creatures of the Cretaceous no longer found in the world today? What happened to them? Lasting 79 million years, the Cretaceous period was the third geological period of the Mesozoic era, long after the Triassic period. Our prehistoric planet was home to countless dinosaurs, pterosaurs, and other giant reptiles. The Triassic and Jurassic periods fueled powerful evolutionary growth, fostering large and diverse reptile populations. Many of the giant species of the Cretaceous had evolved during the Triassic and Jurassic, as well as the first mammals and flying vertebrates. Near the end of the Triassic period, the Earth experienced a major extinction event known as the Triassic extinction, in which nearly one-third of marine species vanished, yet giant reptiles continued to dominate our prehistoric planet. Their reign flourished through the Jurassic and into the Cretaceous, when many even larger animals appeared on Earth. Throughout the Mesozoic era, the planet underwent rapid changes. Around 200 million years ago, all 7 of today's major landmasses were joined together into a supercontinent called Pangaea, with no geographical barriers. Creatures could roam freely between North America and Australia, but in the early Jurassic, Pangaea began to break apart. The Americas drifted westward, Eurasia moved eastward, and vast oceans formed in the space between. The world was no longer a single connected landmass. Instead, separate regions with their own climates and terrains developed unique ecosystems. Pollinating insects, and some of the largest reptiles ever to walk the earth. Across vast lands roamed the sauropods, a group of giant dinosaurs with long necks that allowed them to reach the highest leaves. A group of giant dinosaurs with long necks that allowed them to reach the highest leaves. The titanosaur was among the largest and heaviest animals in history. In some species, their length could exceed 25 meters from head to tail. Ankylosaurus was one of the largest sauropods ever known. Weighing up to 75 tons, it could intimidate other dinosaurs through its sheer size and strength. In the western United States lived another massive herbivore known as Triceratops. It had enough power to stand up to the largest predators. Triceratops bore 2 horns on its face and a bony frill behind its head, much like the rams and bulls of today. Thousands of new species emerged, including seed plants. This giant herbivore often clashed with members of its own species. They would lock horns and crash frills together in fierce battles for dominance and territory. Triceratops was not the only armored herbivore of the Cretaceous. In the United States and parts of Canada, ornithischian dinosaurs such as Ankylosaurus had rows of bony plates protruding like spikes along their bodies. On its tail, the Ankylosaurus carried a massive club capable of breaking the bones of other dinosaurs. To take down these heavily armored giants, predators had to fight with everything they had, and often paid a heavy price for each meal. Few apex predators were more formidable than Tyrannosaurus rex, also known as the tyrant lizard king. This bipedal predator could grow over 12 meters from head to tail and stand for meters tall at the hip. T. rex hunted across the grasslands of North America, though its direct ancestors may have migrated from Asia. Scientists estimate that T-Rex had the most powerful bite force of any land animal. With jaws capable of crushing almost anything, it fought and killed dinosaurs of all shapes and sizes. But Tyrannosaurus rex was not the largest carnivore of the Cretaceous. Lurking in the rivers and swamps of North Africa was Spinosaurus, a semi-aquatic predator. It fed on sharks, swordfish, and ancient coelacanths. With its narrow snout, long arms, and paddle-like tail, Spinosaurus could reach up to 15 meters in height. It stood taller than even the largest Tyrannosaurus ever discovered. Its name comes from the large bony sail-like structure protruding from its back. This sail nearly doubled its apparent height. It was a display of power meant to intimidate prey and deter rival predators. Spinosaurus attacked any creature that ventured too close to the water's edge, and even the skies were ruled by flying reptiles known as pterosaurs, including Quetzalcoatlus. These aerodynamic creatures were among the earliest vertebrates to develop powered flight. Often mistaken for giant birds, pterosaurs were close relatives of dinosaurs, dominating the skies for most of the Mesozoic era. Some species were no bigger than a house cat, while others were far larger. The largest rivaled the size of a modern fighter jet. They were like harbingers of death, swooping down on marine animals, mammals, and small dinosaurs. As the positions of the Earth's great landmasses shifted, seas and oceans formed in the gaps between continents. These waters were as dangerous as the land and skies above. Some ocean predators had perished during the Triassic-Jurassic extinction event, but one of the largest marine reptiles still prowled beneath the waves. Mosasaurus was an apex predator with crocodile-like jaws, growing up to 17 meters long and perfectly adapted to life in the ocean. It hunted sharks, cephalopods, and other marine reptiles. Mosasaurus was considered a terror of the deep, reminiscent of the sea monsters from myth and legend. While the Cretaceous was dominated by terrifying giant reptiles, the most enduring creatures were neither massive nor fearsome. They were not armored dinosaurs nor towering giants, but countless small plants and animals such as pollinating insects. The first insects evolved about 400 million years ago. Wasps appeared before the Mesozoic era, but the earliest bees did not evolve until the early Cretaceous. They were soon followed by the first angiosperms, the earliest flowering plants. Flourishing alongside diverse flowers were wasps, along with ants, while grasshoppers, aphids, and termites thrived in the Cretaceous. They fed on fruits and other insects. Rodents and marsupials also prospered throughout the Cretaceous, hiding in burrows, nests, and the dark corners of forests. These were the ancestors of modern mammals who escaped the attention of the giant dinosaurs. By the end of the Cretaceous, the colossal reptiles still shook the earth, but it was the diverse and unassuming creatures that would eventually reshape the planet. Around 66 million years ago, our planet's global ecosystem changed forever. At the end of the Cretaceous period, a mass extinction event known as the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction wiped out about 75% of all life on Earth. Most likely, an asteroid struck the Yucatan Peninsula, just off the coast of present-day Mexico. Dust and debris were hurled into the atmosphere, blocking sunlight from warming the Earth's surface. As a result, plant growth, the foundation of life, was severely restricted. Toxic clouds of vaporized rock suffocated most dinosaurs, and the global food chain quickly collapsed. The Cretaceous Paleogene extinction wiped out all non-avian dinosaurs, but many species survived, including smaller reptiles. Mammals, plants, and fungi thrived on decaying organic matter. These survivors would flourish in the Cenozoic era, evolving into the millions of plant and animal species we know today. Most giant reptiles disappeared 66 million years ago. They became part of history, legendary creatures worthy of our fascination. Possessing unmatched strength, size, and ferocity, their distant relatives and descendants still roam the earth today. But the late Cretaceous remains the last great age of monsters.